Okay, so my thoughts on the Joshua Parker fight we've just seen. I was very disappointed. I thought Parker was the main culprit of that. I thought this is his big chance. I mean, Joshua's the heavy favourite, but he's probably going to box the way through it. And Parker refused to engage with him for most of the fight. And I thought he was the one. You know, he's away from home. He's got to make the running. He's got to make the fight happen. And I think he sort of had a choice. For me, he had a choice. He could either engage. He probably would have got stopped, but at least then he had a slight chance of getting a win. Or he could just coast through, just dummying incessantly. I wasn't impressed with that. I thought he wanted to sort of fence Joshua. He actually looked like, this is the most frustrating thing, I actually thought that Parker looked like he could have done some damage. He could have done something. I mean, I wasn't impressed with Joshua or Parker. I didn't think that Joshua boxed well at all. Difficult when the opponent just comes in to basically to faff about and survive like that. And it's easy for me to say, look, I'm not taking the punches from Anthony Joshua, but Joseph Parker, for me, he should have got inside and had a go. You know, if he'd have got carried out on his shield, he's a hero forever. He walks off into, having performed really well. His chance at the big time came and he's not delivered. You know, he's basically opted for survival to get through. And I know it's harder than what I probably make it sound, but he should have done something. He should have got inside. When he did actually throw shots to the body and come over, he looked like he at least was in with a live chance. The way he boxed, I mean, he was just out of range for way too long. And Joshua should have capitalised. I really wanted, when I saw that for the first sort of 2 or 3 rounds, I wanted Joshua to I wanted Joshua to cut down and walk him down and catch him with big shots, which was difficult because Parker was moving all the time. But I will watch it one more time just because I want to analyse it. But I think once I'm past that, I'll never probably even think of that fight again. I thought it was a stinker. I thought from the start, I mean, a unification fight between one guy who's not really boxed any top 10 opponents, the WBO champion Joe Parker against Anthony Joshua, who has been in some good scrap. Obviously, the Klitschko fight was a belter of a fight, but Klitschko engaged him. He made it the fight that it was. Joe Parker tried to turn it into a chess match. I don't know what the thinking was behind it, but the thing is, I did probably give Parker like a round, maybe even a couple of rounds, but he needed to when the fight's slipping away from you. It's not. I mean, he must have known after about sort of 6 or 7 rounds. He's a mile behind. He must have known, right, now I've got to change. Now I've got to do something to make something happen. And he didn't. He just carried on the same. And I know it's very difficult, and Joshua's a good fighter, but he really let his chance slip away. And I think he did have a live chance. I mean, he seemed to, when he did get through, he seemed to, be able to sort of punch his weight. So a shame that he couldn't have maybe got a little bit closer into range and made more of it. I mean, I was, after the first 3 or 4 rounds, I thought, right, now we're going to see something different, because all this dummy, step back, little shot, it's okay if you've got something behind it, if you're going to bring, if you're trying to open the opponent up. But I just thought it was too negative. It was too much negativity, and it's not like there's no motive. These guys are fighting for big money. If Joe Parker would have won that, he then goes into something huge. But I thought the referee was pretty awful. I thought he broke it up. But, you know, we had a fight where nothing was really happening. And the brief instances when they did start to engage each other, the referee comes in and sort of breaking. I'm going to watch it again probably purely for that reason, to find out why was the referee sort of unhappy with what was going on. It's a boxing match. They're supposed to be punching each other. Let them do it. When they actually finally decided to sort of stand with each other, the referee comes in and breaks them up. And then takes ages to sort of, before he lets them, even the cat's unhappy, aren't you, my darling? There you go, that's boxing. Sometimes you get some barnstormers and sometimes you get that. Only glad I didn't have to pay to watch it. There you go, there's a good sign. Every cloud has its silver lining. I don't think I'll be missing that fight much. I was, to be honest, when I first heard of it, I wasn't really looking forward to it. I thought we got to investigate it. It's the fight that certainly this weekend everyone wanted to watch. I've got David Price. He's got to stay away from elite level boxing now. Lovely guy, David Price. Caught Povetkin with a great shot, but that was the end of him. And seeing him get knocked out that heavily, and we've seen him stop before, I think. I mean, I hope, personally, I hope that he calls it a day now. It's difficult for every boxer to walk away, but I just can't see what there is left in it now for him. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. The Joshua fight, anticlimax. I think now they've got to make him and Wilder. You know, I think that's the fight everyone wants to see now. If that had been a great fight, I would have said then you can maybe have another sort of keep busy fight. But that tonight, it was can't really blame Joshua completely for it, because I think Parker was the main culprit. But I would have liked Joshua. I mean, Joshua for me was not impressive, and I think Wilder will love what he just saw there, because even though Joshua came in lighter, he seemed slow, plodding. He didn't seem to have a solution to what Joe Parker was doing. He couldn't walk him down, which I would say is the tactic that you normally use for someone that's boxing like that, or, you know, staying off the back foot, trying to feint all the time, and sort of get out of actually having a scrap. I think we'll see. We'll see what the options are, but I think now they're going to have to go for Wilder. I don't see what the point is in fighting, you know, someone else that they drag out of somewhere, you know, because Parker, for me, he hadn't really shown the qualities that you need to fight for the actual, like, the top heavyweight world title. You know, he'd sort of beaten guys that are like fringe contenders and nobodies. Some of them guys that even, you know, I haven't heard of. When he boxed for the title, and this when he then boxed Ruiz, I was like, you know, he's not a top guy. These aren't, they're fooling people. And to be honest, now Joshua the same. He needs to go and fight someone decent. If he, you know, he's boxed Klitschko, let's get him in with Wilder. I look forward to that. All right, guys. Anyway, thanks for watching, and give us a like and a subscribe. See you then. Bye bye.